Hi, welcome. Welcome to this reading for Cardinal Rose Tarot. My name is Cynthia. Thank you for being here. I just finished up a live stream and I had a bunch of trolls show up in the chat, which is kind of disappointing. It makes me think maybe I'm just going to quit doing lives until I move because I don't have a strong enough signal to monitor the chat and kick people out or block them or whatever. And I don't care it was a great reading. It was really beautiful. And I have some fucking chuckleheads in my chat insulting me and insulting my work. It's just like, fuck you, go away. So I might not do any lives for a while because I'm not here to do that. I'm not here to open myself up to that. So, sorry. Maybe I'll get over it, but I don't know. Otherwise, I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well out there. I'm feeling great lately, except until that happened just now. But before then, I was feeling really good. And I had been saying at the end of that live stream, like, I feel really good because somebody really put a smile on my face. And they've put many smiles on my face throughout our friendship or acquaintanceship or whatever. But I'm so grateful for the smile they put on my face yesterday. And I've just got to share it. It makes me feel really good. And that's what I want to remember, and not a bunch of hating trolls coming into my live stream and being dicks, you know. I don't fucking care. Maybe that's why the MAGA card came out. Honestly, like, that was one of the cards I pulled, was from my own little handwritten oracle deck I threw together the other day, just out of kind of curiosity and boredom. And I was like, MAGA, I don't know what's going on there. But then when I went back and looked at the chat, I was like, oh, maybe that's what it was. So, what do we need to know in this collective? What's going to be a good general message for us? Maybe a weekend. What do you need to know going into your weekend? Because it is Friday. We'll do a weekend reading. What do we need to know in this collective for the weekend? Hit the like and subscribe if you like my work. It helps my channel. And I have new subscribers from the live and from just a couple days ago, last few days. So thank you for being here. So I set the intention. This is for the weekend. What do we need to know going into the weekend? Someone's competing. There's some type of competition or aggressive energy present, and it's got someone feeling like they're trapped from being able to get into the next stage of their situation. They're done with the conflict. They don't want to be competing or in this conflict, but they feel powerless to change it. And they've had to totally surrender. So this is you probably, or someone around you that you know, that you're witnessing or that you're in a relationship with, that you're seeing go through this. And they've been pretty much forced to their knees. It's weird that one of my favorite parts of the mural in Chicano Park in San Diego is where it shows a young girl, like a Zapatista girl, with her machine gun and her sombrero, and it says, I'd rather die fighting than die on my knees, or something like that. It's really beautiful. I have a photograph of it somewhere because it's a really cool spot. And that whole park is a really cool story. If you've never been to Chicano Park in San Diego, I recommend it. But the weird irony, too, is that James Comey just said that. Like, not that I'm some James Comey supporter. I do not support the FBI. But, because they've done a lot of fucked up shit. I'm not saying, for anyone out there, there's probably people that mean well, okay, at the Department of Justice. Let's not get into that. I'm just talking about their history of nefarious shit that they've done to fuck people up. Asada Shakur being just one example. May she rest in peace, right? COINTELPRO. I always say COINTELPRO. COINTELPRO. is another one. Leonard Peltier is another one, right? So they've got a shady past they have to face. But James Comey used that, I'm not going to go down on my knees, and I don't think any one of you should either, right? He's at least saying the truth about what's going on in terms of the Trump administration. So you're wondering, where is the good news? When is there going to be good news coming? When is there going to be a breakthrough? You're sick of being in this stuck, powerless position. You're over it, way over it. You're like, what is blocking my happiness? Get out of my way. Anything in my way, get out of my way, right? Like, you're like a tank. You're ready to just get me through. Like, if I have to roll over these fucking cars in my way, get me through. Whatever the obstacle, clear it the way. You might need to work with Ganesh, okay? Ganesh might help you. He's a clearer a way of obstacles. You want speed and movement, and you're going to manifest it. You're manifesting it, even though you felt powerless and forced into being on your knees. You're actually a magus, and you can create the movement that you're feeling elude you right now. Probably part of the problem is that you're so chasing happiness, or someone, I don't mean you necessarily, someone might be chasing the idea of happiness as if it's somewhere else so much that you're forgetting about where you can find your happiness in the present, which is, I'm not saying I'm an expert at it. I have to work at it too, because I've had a lot of periods of my life of really intense, horrible trauma and healing and whatever. And, it's hard in the darkest depths to remember that you're going to rise again. It's just difficult, right? But you might be so focused on like, I want to get to my happiness. I want to get to my happiness, that you're forgetting how to make any happiness for you in temporary position. But you can, and you should, because you're a Queen of Wands. It's like you just got temporarily knocked off your throne here. You can make your own happiness. You're a magician. You're a magus. You've integrated your masculine and feminine. You're actually not powerless here. You may have been over things that were greater than you, but you're a magician, and you can find maybe the missing. You might have, like, say you entered a room of several doors that you could go through. You might have kept trying to go through these doors because they made the most sense, and ignored the one that was actually the one you were supposed to go through, kind of thing. Now, and you kept banging your head against the wall, trying to be like, why is this working? What isn't getting in? What's in my way? Like, fuck this, everything, rah, let me out, right? Like, go Incredible Hulk almost is what I'm picturing. And then suddenly it occurs to you, like, oh my God, I never tried this other door. I wonder if I should do that maybe. And there it is, right? And you're like, oh, how did I not see? It's something like that. And then where things are headed is, I can't tell what that says. The Four of Wands, a beautiful completion. So you're in the transition right now. You're transitioning from this powerless place to a place of speed, creation, and joyful completion. It just is what it is. It's like happening probably quicker than you may realize. Maybe that's why this reading is coming out, because it's saying like, hang on, it's about to change. You might have been, and in the live stream I just did it, the story that came through was a story from when I worked in Sequoia National Park, and one of my colleagues told me about a hidden grove of ancient sequoias outside of Giant Forest. It was an unmarked trail. You could get to it if you were in the know from people that knew up there, that whole part of the park. And it was, I think, intentionally kind of kept secret because they didn't want it to get too taxed, this grove. So I decided to set out to find it, and I did. I went, followed the directions I was given, got on the trail, walked and walked and walked and walked, and it was probably like 6 miles, and I'm like, I think I missed it. I don't think I'm in the right place. I was super disappointed because I'd been at it most of the day. And I was like, fuck, no way. Like, I've done this whole day, and now I'm realizing that I'm not even on the right trail, and I'm bummed. I'm going to have to go all the way back, figure out where I went wrong, try again. But I was still walking forward. I hadn't turned around yet. I was just starting to feel like I'm going to have to turn around. This isn't right. I should have found it by now. I've been hiking for a long time. I've got to be like 6 miles down this trail, and it should have been here by now. It was only 4 miles, I thought, or whatever your mind is doing. Well, literally, I walked around a corner, and there I was. I was in the grove, and it was so beautiful, and peaceful. And it was already peaceful. I never saw one other soul the whole day that I went on this hike. There was nobody out there. I didn't even see any other cars. And this is in California. I didn't, it was like, even though it was peaceful on this trail already, getting in that grove, it was like a whole other level of stillness. And you're among the ancient ones. You could feel them. You could feel that they were watching me, right? And I just had that beautiful grove all to myself for like an hour. I just sat there and cherished it. And I literally was this close to missing it. I almost missed it. After all that effort, I almost gave up right before I reached the finish line. And this is the same meaning coming out here. You're right in the transition point where you're about to step into it. Do not give up. Don't give up. That's the message of this reading. Don't surrender. Don't surrender. Don't give up. You're about to give up, and it's saying don't give up. I have goosebumps. That's why that story came through. Really cool. Just thanking those tree spirits. If you live somewhere where you don't have access to the redwoods or sequoia trees, if you can, make it a point in your life, especially if you're a nature lover. It's like a nature lover's mecca. It's so beautiful to sit in a grove of those ancient trees. I just can't capture how healing. Don't give up. Turn this over to fate. But what fate is telling you and what spirit is telling you is don't give up, because you're almost there. The surrender it to fate. Don't give up on it. Surrender it to fate. Let it go and trust that all is happening for your highest good. Be wise as the serpent and gentle as the dove. You're a magus. You're not a page. You're a magus. Okay, you can trust that. Sing to clear your throat chakra and lift your spirits. Elevate out of the sadness and the worry, because you're literally on the precipice. And again, to speak on that memory, I hiked to a lake that same summer called Lake Precipice, and it was one of the most badass things I had ever done in my life by that point, because I was only 18. And the first day, I hiked all the way into a High Sierra camp called Bear Paw in the Sequoia National Park High Sierras. And you have to hike 10 miles in to get there. It's really beautiful. It's an amazing place. And I was 18. And so on my days off, my 2 little days off in a row from being a dishwasher, I took my day pack. I didn't even have a backpacking pack. I had a day pack that I bungee corded my little sleeping bag to it. Took off the 10 miles, slept on the deck of Bear Paw High Sierra Camp. And then the next morning I hiked to Lake Precipice, which is even further in the High Sierras, before I turned around and came back. So that day I hiked 15 miles, 20 miles, because it was 5 miles to Lake Precipice, and then the 5 miles back, and then the 10 miles back. So I did a 20-mile day the next day, and I was so proud of myself. This is that energy again. Don't give up, because you're almost there. And not only will you be so glad that you didn't give up, you're going to have that kind of feeling of pride at what you accomplished, because you're this magus, because you made it happen. Whatever it is, don't give up on it, okay? Whatever it is. Really beautiful. What's a plant medicine that can help you? And then I'll close this reading too. 2 shorter ones tonight, which I kind of like it, because my readings have been getting kind of long, which is okay. I like those too, but sometimes this is kind of nice also. Just short and sweet. Calendula, really awesome. Very solar summer plant. Also a plant that honors the ancestors. Looks like we have some cord cutting imagery here. Calendula might help you let go of the past. Go within and follow your own light and your own lantern. Find home within you. Connect to the stars and the stellar beings and the solar energy of light. The sun is a star, right? Let's see what it says. Calendula. The Fire Keeper. As a guide, sunny, bright Calendula gently asks us to be willing to step into the light. Calendula teaches us that the deepest work does not always have to be the most obvious, that so often subtle, powerful healing is taking place without our conscious direction or understanding. Calendula allows us to be soft yet firm, containing and eliminating what we do not need. They help us decide when to tell our unwanted voices or any harmful presence, no, you may not proliferate, and when to invite sweetness to come in on the tail of this release, which we just said. You're just leaving the old and stepping into the new. You're no to the old, yes to the new. Calendula is not cathartic or aggressive, but instead allows quiet grief to subtly release. Calendula opens and guides. They penetrate with light touch rather than force. Calendula can go to our difficult places, find the secrets and the shadows, and say to them, yes, you are okay. Stay with me, but don't devour me. Calendula can move our voice as they move our lymph. Where fluids have puddled, circling, swelling, tender, so may be our thoughts and actions. Where we find ourselves stuck in mistrust and misunderstanding, it is often because we are stagnant within ourselves. Calendula opens, releases our voice to state why we are here and mean it. They offer us the choice to let go of what we have been holding, from patterning, from limited beliefs, from deficient tissue states. We can let things move and remove the container of insidious infection as well as toxic beliefs. Sing to clear your throat chakra and lift your spirits, it just said. Your voice is needed. Invite Calendula and their gentle fire to your table. Ask them to stand by your home, fill your vessels, and distill your words. Adorn your life with Calendula, and remember their golden light is always there where you are stuck, shadowed with doubt and longing for release. Really beautiful. This is a great way shower for this last push that you're in, because you're on the precipice, just like I was. I was on Lake Precipice, literally, and I was on the verge of not reaching that grove because I almost gave up too soon. You're almost there. So let this shine any light on anything you might be missing that you need to let go of before you move into the next, and let it give you the energy and flow and movement that might help get you jump started, because you are feeling that stagnant, frustrated, blocked energy. And going and buying some calendula and putting it on your altar, or drinking some calendula tea, right? Anything like that can get that moving energy. You're a magus, you'll know this. I'm not speaking to somebody that doesn't know about this world. You do. So calendula would be really useful to you right now. And that's going to do it. I thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.